Hello, Sacred Souls. It's Susanna from Alamanic Shaman. What I have here for us tonight is freeing ourselves from the bonds or the bondage of another soul that is in our life, usually in the form of a narcissist, that feels they have the right to have power over our lives. They feel that they have the right to control our lives, to manipulate us, to basically like energetically block us from moving ahead, which is represented by this cord, which is kind of how slaves would have been like transported. But I tied it to the wrist of the other person, kind of like a dog on a leash, right? It's like dogs are well trained. A lot of times, not always. But you get the point, right? Basically treating us in a sense like a dog in the sense of possession and ownership, or like slaves would have been treated. And a lot of times those kind of relationships and karmic connections go back to ancient past lifetimes where, let's say, we were the servant or the slave and that other person had some kind of rights over us, that they were either our master or if we weren't exactly like a slave, but that they had some higher authority over us. It could have also been a husband who had control over his wife, because back in the day, wives didn't really have a lot of rights. So it could have been anything like that. But I think most likely, and in a lot of those cases, it would have been the master-slave type of connection, where they feel in this lifetime, without even realizing or knowing it consciously, that they have a right over us and we're not allowed to do certain things or leave them, or we have to do what they want or they consider right or wrong for us. So that's what we're going to break. I have an eye cover that says, sorry, I have other plans, right? Because actually I should put it here, because we have plans for our own lives that do not necessarily coincide with what they want for us, right? And I found this stick a few days ago that looks like a sickle. So we're going to cut down any and all obstacles and things, and if necessary, people, like, proverbially speaking, cut down, right? But we're going to remove anything out of our way with that sickle that stands in our way of our spiritual development, our ascension, our emotional and spiritual healing, of us claiming our spiritual gifts and abilities and stepping into our power, us claiming our power. Actually, as I'm saying it, it's becoming clear to me. It's like they're guiding me that it's become, taking our power is exactly what they don't want, because they want power over us. That was the whole past thing of like superiority versus inferiority. They want to keep control over us so we can step into our power if they have control over us. So they need to be cut out of our lives, cut down, and removed as obstacles from our path so that we can move ahead and have a clear path. And the stick I chose for today for breaking any and all spells, curses, hexes, etc., and soul fragment, soul contracts, vows, etc., right? I'm going to say the whole spiel later. But I chose this one because it looks like a snake. And by breaking this, we're also breaking the evil snake that's in them. And I've got 2 nuts here because, hey, they're nuts. We got to keep our humor, right? But yeah, so if somebody was kicked in the nuts, there are usually 2 nuts, right? So and a lot of times there are actually more than one person that kind of do those kind of energetic things to us, like that try to limit us, etc. But yeah, we're gonna crack and break those nuts as well, so that we shall be freed from this nutty, crazy, insane idea that they have any rights over us and that they own us, or that they can control us, right? Then over here, we're gonna call back and reintegrate and heal any and all lost and stolen soul fragments. We're claiming our lion power, like our strength. And this, I actually found a tin of cookies in the park here. And I fed whatever was left to, like, I added it to the spirit food that I usually put out. So that's usually either skunks or raccoons that come and get it. But this shall also, all these empty wrappers here, or like papers, shall represent the end of feasting, how they feasted on our energies, and how they basically robbed us and took our gifts, abilities, power, vitality, etc. Right? So there shall be no more feasting on us and our energy and anything connected to us. That shall also go in the fire. All right, so let's call in our spirit guides. And I feel like I want to start it with the rattle right now. Okay. Dear Creator, higher power, source, and soul energy, our higher selves, our higher spirit guides of the light, and our ancestors that are in the light, and of course, Great Spirit of the Fire. Sorry, I tuned out for a second because just as I said ancestors, it's like all that smoke came up, and I feel like they're just stepping in to actually help us heal that as well, because a lot of those things have affected like families pretty intensely as well. Especially those of us who have been healing curses put on bloodlines and healing bloodlines and family lineages and so on. A lot of times there were power dynamics and stuff like that as well. So this is just basically a continuation, because there are so many aspects that it's sometimes hard to do it all at once, right? As a lot of the healers say, it's like an onion where you peel away the layers. But there's another image that I really like too, and that was used in ESL as well as by the Aborigines in Australia. And that's the idea of a spiral. Like in ESL, it basically meant with each year and each level that the students moved up, they still did the same topics, but at a higher level, right? So it's like they were moving up and building their skills, and they improved. And I actually didn't really read up on the meaning of the spiral in the spirituality of Aborigines in Australia. But from what I remember from traveling there is also that it had to do with the connection to the spirit world, and I think the ascension. But yeah, sorry, don't quote me on that, please. I didn't really think of that before I started the ceremony, because stuff comes to me as I do it, right? Like I have an idea of what I need to do, like pretty much each day. But then as I'm doing it and preparing it, more stuff comes, right? So Yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, you can read up on that and, figure it out for yourselves. Okay, so, and here I was talking again. So, please help us fully and completely free ourselves from the bonds, the bondage of any and all past life slavery timelines and any and all bonds, soul bindings, vows, soul contracts, shackles, chains, leashes, portals, gateways, and any and all other karmic debts, karmic connections and obligations that existed between our soul and that other soul, that they shall now and forever be cut, severed, and finished. Now, my ceremonial scissors disappeared, so I'm actually going to burn this because it's also very thick, and the other scissors I brought aren't that great. But I think that's also very symbolic that sometimes we need the forceful and somewhat destructive force of the fire. And Great Spirit of the Fire, please help us. And now Archangel Michael is popping in. And Saint Germain. So Archangel Michael with the sword, but the flaming sword. And Saint Germain with the violet flame. Please cut and burn away any and all bonds, soul bindings, vows, soul contracts, shackles, chains, leashes, portals, gateways. Actually, the portals and gateways I'll do after. Shackles, chains, leashes, and any and all other karmic bonds and connections. And with the sickle here, I'm trying to do that, but it's still too solid. Let me let that burn a little bit more, and then I'm going to try to symbolically cut it with the wooden sickle here. Great Spirit of the Fire, also help us fully and completely burn away all these forceful, dark, evil bonds, the bondage, the soul contracts and vows that was karmic bondage between us. Yeah, that's what it was. Karmic bondage. Wow. Between us and this other person that doesn't want to let us go. And we shall be fully and completely freed from them. Oh, still holding on. Look at that. It's like, I don't want to do it too hard because then they're going to tip over, but it's still not quite letting go. Okay, so in the meantime, while this is happening up there, let's crack the nuts. Let any and all nutty and crazy and insane beliefs that they have power and control over us and any rights over us now and forever be broken and destroyed. Oops, I think I moved the camera, sorry. But you can see I just broke them. And any and all black magic, evil witchcraft, spells, curses, hexes, soul fragments, shadows, psychic attacks, voodoo magic, black magic, evil witchcraft, and any and all other evil, and especially anything coming from the evil snake that has created and kept these karmic bonds and the bondage alive and brought it back lifetime after lifetime after lifetime shall now and forever be broken. Haha, and we're free. Okay, so 2 in 1. So as I kick that, The evil snake broke, and it's funny because it does look like only one part came off that's more the size of a head. We fell down, but we're free, so that's okay. We can get up again, but we are free. And the evil one has the hand burning. They burnt their hands by not letting us go, by holding on to something that wasn't theirs to begin with. So their hands are burning because they feasted in our energy that wasn't theirs, that they had no right over. And I'm actually feeling guided to have a little mini fire in there. Oh, it's already burning beautifully like this. Oh, I was gonna pour some oil in, but it's not even needed. So, all of that feasting away on our energy shall now and forever be done and finished. And any and all portals and gateways that they had to us shall now and forever be closed and removed. And this, wow, they burnt away really fast. Okay, so into the fire it goes. All right, let's bring this one over. The hand is still burning. That is beautiful. All right, here we go. Sorry. Eyes. Whew. And look at this. Okay, let me stand us up again. We did not get burnt. Okay, a little bit. But this is very minor. Like, it didn't keep burning. Sorry, I just got a gust of smoke again, so I'm totally stuffy again. But we are free, and we can celebrate. And I'm gonna put the eye mask in. Sorry, I have other plans. You can no longer tell us what to do. We choose our own path, and they have no more rights over us. It is now and forever finished. Whoops. Hold on, let me just put this one down here. Throughout all of time and space, throughout all lifetimes, timelines, parallel and alternate realms, realities, multi and universes, and any and all other aspects that affect us in this lifetime, we shall now and forever be freed from these evil ones. They shall be cut down and out of our lives for all eternity. And so it is. All my relations. Alright, that didn't actually fall in. So let me put that in. And we shall be purified and cleansed by the fire. Healed. Our energies shall be renewed. Everything that was taken from us shall be returned. So that shall be our blessings, our abundance, our gifts and abilities, our energy, vitality, our luck, our opportunities, and anything else that they might have siphoned from us, taken from us. Maybe we've had a lot of blocks in our lives that stopped us from advancing career-wise, or like from having a proper home setting, from relationships, from starting families, from anything else, from following our hearts and dreams, from actually doing what we really wanted to do, and so on. The list goes on. Whatever it is that they stopped us from, that they blocked for us, it shall now and forever be. Wow, and look at how well that's burning. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, that's a lot of evil burning away there. Whoa-ho-ho. All right, and we shall be on top of that, healing by having gotten rid of all that evil, we're claiming our lion power and asking for all of our lost and stolen soul fragments to be returned and healed. And I already threw in the broken snake and most of the nuts. Here's a little bit left, but that's pretty much it. The candle went out, but I think I might put that in, although right now it's burning so well. I don't think I want to make that any bigger. Wow, that is a beautiful fire. That's the fire of freedom. We're reclaiming our freedom, we're reclaiming our sovereignty, and we evict any and all dark and evil ones that try to exert any control over our lives, that have been invasive, that felt entitled to any part or aspect of us that was not theirs, which was basically nothing, right? Like nothing that's ours is theirs. And we revoke any and all consent for them to ever access us in our energy field again, unless we expressly decide so otherwise. And so it is. Thank you, Miigwech, Dankeschön, all my relations. And let me add there too that that shall include any and all unwanted and unwarranted mind manipulation and third eye invasions. They shall no longer be allowed in any way, shape, or form to ever even get close to our energy field, to let alone invade us in any way, shape, or form, ever again. And so it is. All my relations. Ah! We're taking our power back, and so it is. Ah! Okay. Whew. So if you want to like scream out a little bit too, that actually just felt really liberating. Whew. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah, if you can let out any kind of sound that makes you feel liberated, please do so now. Whew. And let us now be filled and surrounded by massive amounts of healing light, unconditional love, blessings and protections, and an abundance in all areas of our lives, especially in those areas where we've been lacking up until this point. And please shield and surround us by a massive 12D shield with golden light. And help us raise our frequency, guide us to all the right resources, videos, books, ideas. Send us the right signs, dreams, however you communicate with each of us, to help us in the best possible way in our ascension process, so that once our vibration is so high, no matter what they try, it will not reach us. Because I have experienced that several times, that I was already really high with my vibration, and then something happened again in my life that lowered my vibration, and then I was vulnerable to those attacks again, right? So keep that in mind, and please work on that in whatever way works for you. Personally, since I work a lot still in my 3D job, and I don't have a lot of time to actually sit down and meditate, I have affirmation songs that I listen to while I work. and I find that helps me a lot. So that's just my method, right? And sometimes I drive in silence and I just say my own affirmations, or sometimes I just put on fun songs like upbeat music to make me feel better, or I listen to something inspirational and so on, right? So we can each find our own thing. And then, of course, like almost every night I do these kind of ceremonies here. On days off, I usually do my own little thing at home, which I don't usually film. But yeah, we need a routine and, you know, stay in touch with our spirit guides, with the divine every single day, right? I don't know about you, but I've noticed, like, if I just slack off for one day, the next day I'm energetically worse. And if I slack off for 2 days, oh my gosh, forget it, right? So definitely, just as a friendly reminder, please don't neglect your spiritual practice and routine, because that's what really strongly helps protect us as well, right? And anyway, I don't want to start preaching. I feel guided to use the rattle a little bit at the end. Thank you. Let us give thanks to all of our spirit guides, to the divine, to our ancestors, to all the ones in the spirit realm that have been helping and protecting us this whole time. A million thanks. We want to express our gratitude and hope that with your guidance we can also help heal Mother Earth and those people around us, that we can be a good influence, a good role model, and that we can be the forerunners that are needed for this whole world to ascend. It takes some of us to make the start, and that's us. Or at least anyone watching these videos within the next year or so. Yeah, that's us. The pioneers of the ascension process, in a way. All right. Of course, there were ascended masters in the past, but now it's sort of on a bigger scale, right? Okay. Thank you so much for watching as well. And I also send you lots of love and light, many blessings and protections, and be well until next time. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe and share, and be well until next time. Bye.